Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Sunday Night Countdown, where I'm going to go over our weekly watch list on our top 10 stocks that we are going to be looking at for this week and this month. And I'm going to go over an exact analysis on each indicator that we are going to be looking out for on these breakouts and exactly which alerts I will be setting on each one of these. So that way, if they do break out, we won't miss out on them. And again, much love to everybody in the comment section as always. Much love. You guys have been showing me tons of love. God bless you guys. And if you guys have not subscribed, we do go all out Monday through Friday on entries and breakouts. So definitely subscribe if you guys want to see more entries and breakouts and alerts that we do set for every stock. So that way you guys do not miss out on them. So again, we are going over our Sunday night countdown on our weekly watch list. We do this every Sunday. We did do breakfast with bulls yesterday. So these are our top popular stocks that we go over on Saturdays on our breakfast with bulls. But again, I do appreciate everybody that does support the channel as always. I appreciate you guys very much. Now we're going to go over our top 10 stocks here. The first one to go over is AHT. Now, AHT had a nice strong day. They ended the day with about 49 million volume. On average, they have about 21 million. So we do have more than twice as much volume as we do have on average. We're going to be trying to break this very key resistance here. This is the most amount of volume that was traded in this stock's time period. And we see a ton of volume that has been coming in. We're going to be trying to break this exact resistance here where we see the most amount of volume. And we can see that we did get rejected multiple times here. And then we did have this huge sell-off that we can see here. So again, we are going to be trying to break above this. In my opinion, if we can break above these candle wicks here where we got rejected, would be even more solid, around $3.03. Now we are sitting around 273. We did continue on after hours and we did hold. So we could possibly see a continuation. We are going to be waiting for that $3 breakout. So far, we do see the 20 MA below the 50. So we do want to see it at least cross above it. If we do see a cross with the 20 MA above the 50, while it's breaking over the $3 range here, we could see a huge move on AHT. But however, until it does break over 303 with the 20 MA above the 50, we do have the volume. We do see the buy pressures increasing. We see the sell pressures decreasing. We see all these signals that are correct. We're just waiting for this 20 MA to break above it. And we want to make sure it does break above this $3 resistance, as we are going to be watching out for that going into Monday and Tuesday for AHT. And again, I will have that alert set at 303 because even if it does consolidate and it eventually does decide to break that point, then it will alert us so we can go back to that and we won't miss out on that one. So again, SONN, I want to go over as well. This one is another one that is a very solid play. These are the two most popular scalp plays that I see as possible continuation going to tomorrow is AHT and this one right here, SONN. They had a nice day. I'm going to go to the 5-minute here so you can see what we're looking at. I'm going to show you guys exactly what we're looking at. You see the 20 MA. You can see it bouncing off the 20 MA. We see the 20 MA above the 50 like we're looking for on AHT on the 4-hour. But however, you can see on the 5-minute, we are continuing. We want to see more volume coming in as we did see previously right here. So in my opinion, we do need to break over this resistance at 241. Looks like we did get rejected. If we can break above that, and we do want to see that volume coming in. But however, you can see that we are decreasing in sell pressure and buy pressure. We may even see a sell-off. So we are going to hopefully see these white shaded lines come down and show us very little sell pressure and hopefully turn around and show us a lot of buy pressure. That is what we would be looking out for. So I'm going to set up buy pressure alert right above this buy pressure point right here. So that way, if it does break above this, we will see a possible breakout going into SONN. But however, like I said, SONN will be on watch going into pre-market as well. If it does continue to break out going into pre-market, we may even see a continuation going into open on Monday. But again, SONN will only be on the watch until we do get the volume and buy pressure that we're looking for. So again, SONN, one of the best, in my opinion, possible breakouts going into Monday as far as penny stocks go. But I'm going to go over OCGN. OCGN has amazing COVID news. If they do release their vaccine, basically they can help anybody with COVID that has different strains of it, which is the only vaccine that would be available to people if they did release this vaccine. So this is very exclusive. It's their own market. No other vaccine has a vaccine that can help with all COVID variants and any mutations of it. So OCGN could go crazy. We are going to be checking for this 20 MA to cross above the 50 on the 5-minute, which it looks like it may. And we do see buy volume coming in. We see a lot of buy pressure coming in. We want to break above our previous buy pressure point to have that huge run up that we're looking for. Ultimately, we do want to break over 1403. In my opinion, we do want to see this happen because you can see previously is where we got rejected. I'm going to go to the 1 hour here. So you can see we previously got rejected right here. We did come up, we got rejected right here. There's a very key resistance. In my opinion, if we can break above that at 1403, we could see that move continue on up. In my opinion, if it does break over 1403, this is not a recommendation. This is what I'll be doing. But I think if it breaks over 1403 and it gives us the volume that we're looking for, then we could see that breakout going over $19. I think OCGN could seriously go to around $30 in the next couple of weeks if we see the volume coming in. But however, it may sell off, it may consolidate, it may need more news, but we will have that resistance and that alert set at 1403. So if it ever does break that, we know that there's going to be a ton of momentum coming into this stock. But I'm going to go over rail with you guys as well. There's a very key resistance that if we break it, then we will see a nice play. We see it did have a little bit of a sell-off going into after hours. After hours, a little bit of a dip, but not too much. We can see it continuing on going into Monday possibly. But however, I'm more so interested in it breaking this 951 mark. I want to show you guys exactly what I'm looking at on the 4 hour, so you can see this huge sell-off that we had at 950 right here. I actually circled it right here. I think I made a video on it on Friday, but we are going to be looking out for this going into Monday, and we could see this continuation possibly at 951. I wanted to break over 951 over this sell-off point, because if it does, then in my opinion, we could see that huge run up going into around $13, which would be a huge about 40% play on this. Rather than playing it around 861, hoping it breaks that 951 resistance, I'd rather it break that 951 resistance. And if it needs to sell off and possibly come back down a little bit and then consolidate and then break out again, whichever it does, if once it breaks that $9.51 mark, we will be alerted. So regardless, I think when it does break that, we will see a nice play on rail. So we will set that alert. Now Bitcoin is starting to get hot. We did see it break about 58K. What was it, Friday after hours? And we could possibly see a few Bitcoin stocks run. I'm going to show you guys a few of these here. So RIOT is the first one. I'm going to show you guys RIOT, MARA, and EBON. I know there's BT. I know there's many other ones, LGHL and all those, but I'm going to go over just a few of them real quick. You can see we had a symmetrical triangle here. We did dip below it. It looks like we are consolidating where we did previously bounce from right here. So it looks like we may need to hold this resistance here. If we cannot hold this resistance here, in my opinion, to hold this support, then we cannot possibly break out, in my opinion. But we are going to be hoping that this one does break above our previous volume point that you can see here. So there's a lot of volume traded right here where we see, and then we have the most amount of volume that's traded right around here. So we are going to be trying to break over $49, in my opinion, to have more of a solid news. But in my opinion, I'm not too worried about the chart on these as much as I am worried about if Bitcoin can break 60,000. Regardless what price we're at, in my opinion, we'll have somewhat of a run up. So I will be having alerts on Bitcoin itself. So that way, if we do get alerts, I will be trading RIOT and MARA and EBON, which I'm going to go over MARA real quick with you guys. You can see that we did have the symmetrical triangle. It broke out of it, but it didn't break over our resistance here at 57.16. We got a little bit of a rejection here. We did come down. It looks like we are consolidating where we were previously on that symmetrical triangle. We are going to be trying to break over 37 and hold over this 37, 36 mark where we did see a ton of volume come in. So again, if Bitcoin gets to around 60,000 for some reason this week, in my opinion, we may even see it go over into breaking new highs. I think there's a lot of momentum going into Bitcoin if it can hold over 60,000, like I said. So I will be trading these MARA, RIOT, EBON if they do, like I said, if it does hold over 60,000. Now EBON, I'm going to go over right here. You can see we have a huge sell-off. It looks like we are consolidating back to where we were when we were first in this stock. And it looks like we are consolidating around this area. Now, we definitely want to hold above 387. If we do not, then we may even drop down all the way past to around a huge dip here. We might have a huge sell-off here if we do not hold these levels. So we are going to be trying to hold these levels. We want to at least hold above 450. But however, if Bitcoin does hold over 60,000, and for some reason we do see a momentum shift here on the buy pressure point, then we may even see a huge run up on EBON. So I'm going to set a buy pressure point here on EBON. Now, EBON definitely has been sold off quite a bit, so I definitely would be careful with this one. But because it has been sold off so much, if for some reason Bitcoin does get a lot of attraction, then we could see people buying into EBON and see a huge run up and volatile play on this one. Now, I definitely want to go over into SSY. The reason I want to go over SSY is because they had a huge spike after hours, and even after hours, they had a huge spike. We could see a continuation. I'm going to go to the 5 minute here so you can see what we're looking at. We do have a resistance here. It looks like at 327 that we did get rejected at. We could see it selling off here on the 5 minute, but however, If we can bounce off of this 50 MA here, this red line right here, it looks like the 20 holding over the 50 still, even though the 20 does look like it's curling down. We did have a nice continuation going into after hours on SSY. So again, we could see this possibly continue. I'm going to show you guys extended hours here. You can see we had this huge green spike here. So again, I am looking for this one to possibly hold above 20 MA. We could see the 20 MA all of a sudden towards after hours, it started to curl up. This is kind of like a possible sell-off. It is a possible sell-off, but however, we're going to be definitely looking for this one to break over 327. I wanted to set an alert on 327 because if it breaks it, in my opinion, based on the momentum that we see and based on the consolidation that we've been seeing, if it breaks that very point, in my opinion, from our previous sell-off way back here, then we will see a nice play going into SSY. Now, I wanted to go over NAKD. NAKD, we did make a couple videos on it this week. It did not break out of our resistances that we're looking for, but however, you can see that we do have a little bit of a sell-off, but it looks like we could possibly turn around. They have about 417 million volume, and on average, they have about 143 million. So I did want to keep NAKD on watch because of how much volume they do have. We could see a possible bounce around 66 cents in consolidation and possibly another possible move up. We are going to be watching for that 20 MA to cross over the 50 at some point. So in my opinion, we are going to set a buy pressure alert here. So that way, if it does break above our previous buy pressure points, we may see a run up on NAKD. I wanted to keep that data that we saw from the last few days of a little bit of a sell-off and a little bit of a buy pressure that we got. Take that data and put it to the next point in time that it does give us this buy pressure that we're looking for, so we can make another play on NAKD in the future. It is very volatile, so we're going to definitely keep making videos on this if this one does have more runs. But we are going to go over one more and this is kind of like a secret one that I like. I'm going to be entering into this one. This is not a recommendation. This is what I'll be doing, but I like VVOS. I don't know if you guys know what VVOS is, but I love the sleep apnea ideas that they have. And in my opinion, I think this may be the time that it may be bouncing. And the reason why I say that also is because on the buy pressure here, you can see, this is on the 5 minute. I'm going to show you guys the 1 hour here. So you can see the buy pressure is actually not going as deep as we saw previously. We're actually decreasing in buy pressure while we are getting white shaded lines coming in looking like it's going to reverse. And the reason why I think it's going to reverse is because it is going to hit this support. And in my opinion, we may even see a possible bounce coming in soon on VVUS, as it did hit a very sharp volume point right here too. So I am going to be looking for this one to reverse on the 1 hour. I want to see this, actually want to see actual buy pressure come in, and then I will be trading this one on possibly a nice scalp play. But I actually like VVUS, so I'm planning on actually entering in with some on Monday and swinging this play because I think VVOS is kind of a underrated stock. I think this one could possibly break out. And if I did want to have a tight stop loss or a very tight stop loss, I could sell at 635 right below it as a very tight stop loss, losing around 10%. But again, this would be a company that I'm not playing too much money in. This is not a cciv load up the train type of play, but this is definitely, in my opinion, an underrated stock, and we could possibly see a run up on it, and I will have that stop loss either way. So I think the odds are pretty good on VBUS. But again, much love to everybody in the comment section. I hope you guys have been enjoying our entries and breakouts. I hope you enjoyed our weekly watch list that we do every Sunday. And if you guys do have a watch list yourself or tickers questions, throw it in the comment section. I love talking to you guys. And if you guys do like this video, it does help other people find it, and it does help the channel grow. And I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.